Galamsey. There have been raids and there have been discoveries of even places that we never knew that there was a settlement over Galamsey. Let's watch this quickly and then let's come to the matter of Galamsey.
We supported it. We brought it.
One or two people should be.
This is a whole settlement, we are told, that has in excess of some 10,000 settlers, and it's a Galamsey, place, and they discovered it, and you see they've set alight the buildings, and the people are moving their mattresses, running away, and so on. So the Galamsey problem is really this deep, isn't it? Nana Poku Bosompim, Western Regional Forestry Manager. Thanks for joining us, and briefly, tell us how you came about this and how you think this forms a part of the process of, overcoming the Galamsey menace.
You more beg, I'll be winning crying.
Thank you so much, Samson. Good afternoon to you and to your panelists as well. Yes, this is a slum. It is not a community. A slum that has been known for some time. I have been in the Western region for just 2 months. My predecessor did brief me, gave me a brief concerning the slum, and I'm aware from the records at the Forestry office that some raids have been carried out in these slums some time past. I think 3 different raids have been conducted in these slums, but some way, somehow, the people managed to regroup and come up strongly. So our initial assessment was that there were some 1,005 to 2,000 miners inhabiting the slum. And this is a slum that is just on the periphery of the Subi River Forest Reserve, the largest forest reserve in Ghana. So it was a point of interest. It was a hotspot intervention area. So immediately my priority after taking over as the regional manager was to make sure that slum is removed so that we save that portion of the forest. So quickly, we put the team together. We had the support of the General Officer Commanding Southern Command, who released officers to support the forestry officers. And as you heard of the operation, last week, Monday, we were able to raid the camp and to completely obliterate that slum, not just only that one in crime. There was a second bigger one called Jerusalem, and the third one around Wasan crime area. So as of today, I can tell you, those illegal slums that served as a haven for illegal miners have been razed down. They are all lying in desolate ruins.
If indeed this place alone contained or housed about 10,000 people, the solution will not be to simply burn the place and drive them away, correct?
You're right. In fact, when we went there, our initial assessment, like I said earlier, was at most some 2,000 people. But when we entered the slum around 3 a.m. in the comfort of the military, then when the operation started and people started coming out, we launched a drone to see, because we are aware there were armed gangs that were running the camp. They are holding AK-47 assault rifles. They have pump action guns, another offensive weapon. So the drone was to detect which people are mobilizing to come after us, only for us to see a host of people, thousands, beating our initial estimating of just 1,005 or just 2,000 people. You navigate the drone to the right, you see thousands of people. To the left, you see thousands of people. To the right, as you see in the video, people fleeing the community. Then we realized that our initial assessment of 2,000 people were just an underestimation. But Samson, that slum provided a haven for.
Oh, did we lose Busumpim there? Interesting, but he will join us back. Yeah. Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here, please.
Great. So where do you move on from here? And how much of what you have done do you think actually stops Galamsey in this area?
Yes, like I said, a lot of people have come into this community because he provided a haven for them. Not only Ghanaians, people from the sub-region, about 8 African countries were seen in that slum. That's what made me declare that famous statement. It appears the slum is a representation of ECOWAS, right there at the periphery of the forest. So now the strategy is to be able to sustain it. You don't just go sack them and retreat and allow them to rebuild. Because even when we burned down the whole place, the following day, we saw evidence of people trying to build it back. And this time, they are not putting up wooden structures that will bend easily, but rather they were focusing on laying foundation and building concrete blocks. So the strategy now is able to patrol the area frequently and then make sure that camp is never rebuilt.
Okay. Please hold on briefly for me. Let me go around. We have very limited time, but my guests are going to do a minute each, and they may need you to answer some questions. Yes, again, starting with you, Frank. This is a really difficult fight.
Samson, you see, when it comes to the same thing, you see, when as political actors, we don't see a situation as a national one and always try to call our solutions with politics. That's what's happened. This is an existential threat. I mean, when our water is polluted, it will not discriminate an NPP sympathizer from an NDC sympathizer or from a GCPP sympathizer. But my worry, and I was just telling my friend here, that he was once upon a time Minister for Lands and Natural Resources.
And came under attack.
You see, it beats my imagination how that community has escaped the lenses of the police and, for that matter, the military establishment all this while. Because you are not talking about a community of just about 200 people. We are talking about 10,000. Look, when I heard the news, something I screamed. 10,000. And this is not an area which is not known. They have named the place. So it's a place that is known. It's a bust of commercial activity. So how come it escaped the radar of the police? This is a question.
He says there's a ring
It's a question we must all ponder to ask ourselves and answer.
Does this give us better justification for the declaration of a state of emergency in these areas?
Definitely, Samson. I don't know what the pussyfooting is, but I think we have wasted too much time in doing what is obvious. I mean, all this loud noises that these NDC guys who were in opposition made, they were going to bring Galamsey down in 5 days.
Okay.
Some said 1 day. I can't see anything.
Unfortunately, I have just a minute. Unfortunately, I have just a minute to spare. Inus of Seni, people say, now, if you want a reason for a state of emergency to be declared, here you have it.
I think basically,
you have just a minute.
I think basically, this Abrewani and crime community should be investigated. Now, because as a former Minister of Lands and Natural Resources, I've always said that the primary responsibility of safeguarding the communities is vested in the district chief executive, and not the police. So are you telling me that the district chief executive of that area never knew of the existence of this
unity?
All right, unfortunately our time is up. Thank you very much, Yunus Hussaini, Frank Davies, Gloria Foribuedu, Bobby Banson, and also to you, Nana Poku Bosompim, Western Regional Forestry Manager. My outfit, as always, is by Konati Clothing. You can call them 0244 676732. That's Konati Clothing. And the show is also brought to you by Bank of Africa, as strong as a group and close as a partner, MTN everywhere you go. Ashesi University, educating ethical and entrepreneurial leaders for Africa. Robert & Sons Optical Services, your comprehensive eye care service provider for 33 plus years. My Way Insurance, dial *165# on MTN to join My Way today. DBS Industries, roofing, Papa Fie, Flamingo Paint, Simply Superior, Syntex Tank, it's strong, it's tough. Activa International Insurance, our clients are passion. Have a good afternoon.